Top of the morning, y'all. Hope you're doing good. Coming to you from little old Mississippi here. May God bless you and your family. I don't make any apologies on here over the last 15 years, 1.2 million subscribers, for the fact that I love the Lord. I love my country. I love my family. That's exactly who we're about. If you didn't like that, you'd have left by now. So thank you so much for being here. But I just want to tell y'all, I hope moving into this weekend, which is what we're going to talk about in this video here, that you're going to be staying in the woods like me, just catching some fish like me. I hope you got friends and families all the way up and down that dirt road, locked and loaded, ready to live peacefully, but understanding that you have to defend what is yours. There's anti-alien protests that are breaking out all over Northern Ireland right now. You got the president of the Mexican Senate showing maps promoting the annexation of the old Mexico, which is USA land, in the Mexican Senate. And Democrats are rumored to be directly working with the CCP to trigger an all-out American civil war. Good morning. So the news just caught something the other day that I wanted to share with y'all. It was a black truck that pulls up all of a sudden, and the cameras were actually rolling. Probably shouldn't have been. They would have taken it off if they didn't know what was about to happen. But they started passing out hundreds of these UVAX bionic masks to protesters. Now, the thing about this is these masks are about 50 to 65 bucks a pop. All right? They ain't cheap. And protesters on welfare ain't buying this stuff, you know what I'm saying? They're buying the little masks, but they ain't buying the fancy stuff like this. And I don't know if y'all have heard about this No Kings protest. I'm sure anybody who's following this and follows the news closely, there's a No Kings protest nationwide with their own little terrorist map that they're planning on doing this Saturday. I wouldn't be on the highway Saturday, y'all. I wouldn't be out in Chicago, Atlanta, D.C., New York, L.A. I would not be in those places on Saturday, y'all. Like I say, I'm trying to tell you, you need to be fishing. And you're sitting there going, well, who's behind this? At the very bottom of the protest banner, and this is going all around us, I didn't think it was true. I was like, there's no freaking way. At the bottom of the protest banner of the No Kings, it's circled Christy Walton, paid for by Christy Walton. Well, that's the AIRS billionaire of the Walmart family. Why is she mad at Trump? Do you remember that Trump tweet that said, eat the tariffs? Back when Walmart and Trump were arguing about this whole thing, and Walmart was blaming it on Trump, and he was saying this is absolutely Joe Biden's doing. Well, Walmart has always been shady. So I guess I just never thought I had Walmart starting the apocalypse on my bingo card. You know what I'm saying? So you really just got to think about this stuff, these expensive gas masks and the 3 a.m. bricks and cinder blocks that are getting dropped off in the middle of the street. Like, who's funding this? Back in, 10 years ago, we all said George Soros, and all this kind of stuff. And now we got Walmart, and you got the actual Chinese Communist Party that is infiltrating everything, just trying to get us to hate each other. Just don't. So, I don't know what's going to happen with the No Kings riot on June 14th. I got absolutely no idea, but I will tell you the battle plan. The idea is you must paint Trump as a dictator, number one. He's got to be driven from power. And then you got to start the riots, but they got to get big enough to where there's going to be somebody from the FBI or our military that actually takes somebody out. When that happens, it's Boston Massacre all over again, and then they can paint the headlines however they want and promote outright terrorism, which is disgusting. And we have to protect our country, y'all, with prayer. Look, we got amazing cops and military all over this nation. I've got complete trust in them. So there's zero fear for me worrying about how they're going to pan up next to some them with purple hair. I ain't worried whatsoever. But if they hit the grid and the lights go out, you can't tell people to stay calm. A lot of y'all and me personally, I'm going to be as calm as can be. It's just going to be business as usual for me. Don't you be worrying about old Buddy Brown. But I do worry about the state of a whole bunch of millions of people getting together and panicking at the same time. What we're seeing right now is the devil feeding into people who have a reprobate mind. If you don't know what a reprobate mind is, these are the people that have been completely given over to sinful desires. They reject God, and they're actually unable to discern good from evil anymore. Or even worse, they're unable to even care about the difference between good and evil anymore. So what can we do? If you're still here at this point in the video, at the very end right here, I just want to ask you something. We have had a specific evil person come against our family recently and delivered some punches. It's something like we never prepared for. And there's been just some crazy stuff. I ask that you pray for our family, pray for the Brown family, lift them up, and then come against the perpetrator that did this in Jesus' name. We're walking, look, the family's fine. We're all safe, we're all protected. I just need y'all to know that there's been an evil come against us, and it's very, very wrong. And that God's gonna deal with a guy who did this, without a doubt. And God is going to deal with the perpetrators that are coming against the United States of America and wrecking things and just going crazy and just trying to steal, kill, and destroy. We need to pray. We need to gather the armies together. We need to come against anger and bitterness. but also ask God to contend with our enemies, because, you know, if you read Psalm 109, whoo, there's some prayers against our enemies, and God said he's going to contend with our enemies in his word. We just have to ask him. So that's what I'm asking you to do on behalf of my family. That's what I'm asking you to do on behalf of our country, to keep us safe through the weekend, and then if it ramps up in the weeks past that, all through summer. Everybody's out of school. Might as well throw some bricks, according to an evil terrorist. So we got to protect everybody and just stay cool, but stay the heck off the roads. Go fishing. It's good for you. I promise you. Don't doom and scroll or nothing like that. Reeling up a bass and watching him jump out of the water, boy, is going to be a lot better than any reel you're going to find. But of course, keep watching Buddy Brown. I do appreciate you for that. May God bless you and your family. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Be good.